Hello friends, welcome to part 2 of the disassembly of the 1967 Gravely, the plow tractor here. Okay, so we're going to continue disassembling it today. And I also picked up a new fan belt for it. While we're disassembling it, I'm going to fit the new fan belt on. This way, after everything's painted, I won't have to disrupt, anything to make any adjustments or anything. Now, I have to get this air deflector off, and unfortunately when I put this together I didn't use anti-seize on the bolts, but since it was 2 years ago. Okay, looks like we can get it apart. So far I stripped the hood down and I painted it, and I might give it a couple more coats. I'm not exactly really thrilled about the way it came out, but like I was telling you in part 1, the metals, everything is old and, pitted and whatnot, even though I sanded it down to the bare metal. But I'm also thinking about using high temperature heat and paint the engine too. Like the jug, the head and all that. I don't know yet if I'm going to do that. You can't even really see. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So my intentions are to completely take this thing apart and start stripping down the paint. On the other air deflector, all the air deflectors, and anything else I could paint. So the main thing today is going to be to fit the fan belt back on. I went to Tractor Supply. I usually buy the cheaper one, but they were all out of that, and then I bought the more expensive belt. Like the cheaper one's about $8 or $9. I forgot how much. And I think I took the last one. The last time I was there was quite a while ago. So I bought the $12 belt, and they only had one left. So I could see what's going on with parts. I was fortunate to find the one belt. So, all right. So I'm going to continue taking this apart, and then when we get to the part where I'm going to fit the fan belt on, I'll bring you back. So I pretty much have the whole thing apart. The air deflectors are off, brackets are off, the tow bar is off, the starter. Also I got the handlebars off. There's nothing on the handlebars, so I'll probably bolt the handlebars on and just tighten them up while they're straight up in the air, and then I can sand them down, and then I'll prime them and paint them. They're calling for rain this afternoon. I don't know if according to looking on the phone, it said rain tomorrow, and now the people on the radio were saying rain this afternoon. So I'm just going to try to get as much done as I can. I got the PTO lever off. One problem I'm having here, I don't know, a lot of times I got to get this battery tray out, and there's another bolt that faces in this way, but it's not clearing the shipper shaft lever here. So that means I'm going to have to take off the plow mount and take the bolt out, or whatever I got to do to get that bolt out, because this has to come off so I can refinish it. And right now I'm going to show you how to do the belt. This is the belt I had to pick up. I told you they were out of the $8 one. So I got this Husky here. It's a 1/2 inch by 31. It's a 31-inch belt, and it's like the 1/2 inch wide. I must have really been in a hurry putting this thing together, because this is supposed to have, like I said, a 1/2 inch belt. I got a 3/8 belt on there. And even with the governor, I used the governor for a belt tensioner, and it was still loose and everything. So I probably just had this belt laying around. Like I said, I was in a real hurry putting this thing together to get it done for winter a couple years ago. So I'm going to set the camera up, and I'm going to put the new belt on and see if we have to make any adjustments here. I mean, I showed you on other videos, whoever, you know, follows all my videos, but in case you didn't, I'll show you how to do it. And the best time to do it is now, because now I can tilt this back, and I'm going to tighten the belt up enough, because it only runs the fan, the cooling fan. And I don't want to over tighten it, because these bearings and everything like that are really old. So as long as it spins the fan, yeah, I don't want to make the belt too tight. And then I'll have to accommodate for a little belt stretch, you know, as the machine's running. So I'll just make it a little extra tight. Like I said, this thing's a pain to adjust, because you need that real thin wrench to go up in between the pulley here, and I don't have it. And I saw GT Gravely has them for sale for like 20 bucks. It's starting to become worth buying one, you know. But all right, let me get set up and we'll get on with getting the belt on here. Okay, so these two nuts on here is what holds the support brackets on. So all that is off now. So I got the two nuts back on here. And so right now I'm able to tilt this back, and then we just get the other belt off. And let's see what kind of fit we got with this. Probably gonna have to make some sort of adjustment. Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be way too tight. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is, there's a lock nut on here that I'm going to have to take off. And then I'm going to have to hold the fan from spinning, and we're going to take this pulley off over here. Hopefully this nut and everything comes off alright. What's this whole thing spinning now? Or? Oh no, here comes the nut. And the pulley looks like it came loose too, which is pretty cool. Okay, so if you can see what I mean in here, there's this real big nut, and then that thin wrench I was telling you about fits between the pulley, and you could loosen that up without taking this pulley off, and then you can make your belt adjustment, and we don't have that here, so I have to go in and get the real big adjustable wrench. And I'm going to loosen this up. I'm going to go get the wrench and loosen this off camera, and then we're going to slide this up and down. I'll show you how I do it. On one of these tractors, I had a real heck of a time. I mean, I made a video about it too, trying to get this nut loose here. But this one more or less came off pretty easy. So what I did was I loosened the nut, brought the adjustment all the way down, but I snugged this up a little bit, because what I want to do is put the belt on there, and then I'm just going to gently hit this up until I want to tighten up these nuts so the shroud and the tank assembly are supported. And once that's supported, I'm just going to take a block of wood and a hammer, which I forgot to have on standby here, and just tighten it up, and then that'll be it. So let me get the belt on there. Good idea to put the pulley on, right? Oh. I guess there's a washer that has to go on first here. Make sure your washer's on there. Let me just spin this back on. Just watch you don't get your fingers caught in there while you're doing this. Now hopefully I made that big nut in there tight enough to where I can knock this thing up there and it'll stay up there. Seems pretty tight already, but let's see. Okay, so what we want to do now is we're going to tighten these two nuts up. Okay, so that's supported pretty good there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap this up. And like I said, hopefully I have this tight enough to where it won't back down again. I just have to grab a block of wood. Sorry about that. I didn't make this tight enough. Alright, so, alright. Yeah, alright. Okay, so let me just do it off camera. I'm going to have to take the pulley off and tighten this nut up over here a little more. And I'll be right back to you again. Okay, so I did what I told you I was going to do, and I took the block of wood here, I just kept tapping it up like this, and then we'll tighten these two nuts up to support the shroud and just make sure. I almost thought, because this pulley had to come down to accept this belt, and I noticed when I had this all the way down that the fan hits the engine block, but it looks like it's pretty clear of it now, because I took a screwdriver and I spun the fan a little bit to make sure that was clear. So I'm pretty sure this should be alright. Like I said, this belt only runs the cooling fan, you know. All I know is I have a lot of cleaning and sanding ahead of me now. I'm going to give it a couple more whacks. Okay, so that's good. So what I'll do now is I'll loosen these up again. And what you want to do when you loosen these nuts, I think you can still see what I'm doing here, because I want you to pay more attention to the top here, but you can still see me. When you loosen these nuts, you're going to pull the shroud back from the studs here, and then you'll be able to get a good tilt on this whole assembly here, and then pop the belt back off. And then I'll take this pulley off, I'll tighten it up real good. I'm not going to be fussy around here. You know, I'm going to clean it real good. I'm still going to paint the whole thing. And but I'm not going to take the pulley back off, and that's it. And that's all there is to it. I might as well just take this off now. Yeah, I don't remember which tractor it was, but man, did I have a hard time getting this lock nut loose. I think it might have been the 54. Pretty sure it might have been. So what I'm doing, I'll back these nuts as far out as I could here. And then you could actually pull the whole shroud back, some, like this. And then you got a good tilt on it. And then you can take the belt off. And then I could take the pulley back off, tighten this up real good. You know, tighten the pulley, put the lock nut on it. After I tighten the nut behind here up, the adjuster nut. And then we're on our way. I may sign off on this video right now. Let me see what happens if I have anything more to show you right now. So I'm just going to do this off camera right now. It's been about 2 days since I painted this, and it seems to be pretty dry now. I don't know. To me, this paint job came out awful. I don't know if because the metal's pitted, or I don't know what it is, but it'll just have to do. Alright, so today I'm going to put the stickers on the hood here. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to measure off 3 inches from the tip. And that's where the top of the sticker will be. We just go below that a little bit. So we cover this mark. And I'm pretty sure it's a bad idea to put the sticker on this on camera, because you know how that goes, but we're going to try it anyway. So let's put the first sticker on. Try to get it as centered as I can. Luckily there's this point on here down towards the bottom, so I could get a general idea of getting it on straight. And it looks pretty straight to me, so we'll just go ahead and like I said, this is a work tractor, you know, but I would have liked the hood to come out better. It looks like there's just a lot of orange peel in the paint, but like I said, it could be because the metal's pitted, but I'm not really sure. So that looks pretty good so far. I'll give you a close-up as soon as I'm done here. And then I thought it would only be right to put one of my channel stickers on the bottom here. And if anybody still wants one of my channel stickers here, you can go on my about page, and my email address is there. And if you want to trade stickers, that's cool too. I would love to have your stickers also. So I'm just gonna put this down below here and try to get it on there as straight as possible. I don't know, I guess that's okay, like that. Where now? Now I have to be fussy, right? It's about 3.5 there. Yeah, it's about 3.5 here. Okay, so we're just gonna stick it right on here. I'll give you a close-up of it. If I could do this without shutting the camera off. So I guess that's pretty cool. That'll be alright. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you could see how there's like orange peel on the paint job all around. Well, the other tractor, the other orange tractor that I don't use, that hook came out perfect. But I don't know if this has something to do with the primer or what. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to close this video right here. And on part 3, if anything interesting comes along, I'll start recording again. I still have a lot of cleaning and stripping, paint stripping to do. Right now I'm working on the gas tank over here. And I was having trouble getting the fan off. Well, I unbolted it and it wouldn't come off, but I was trying to clean this up and everything with the fan on. But I'm going to try to get the fan off. Well, not try, I'm going to get the fan off. And I want to paint the fan real good too. And I'll probably paint the inside part of the shroud that you don't see. I'll probably just hit that with a quick coat of black paint. And I started stripping this part here and this part, and I think I started stripping, yeah, I started stripping here. I stripped this down already. And then I'll be washing this off real good, clean it down with some brake clean, and then we'll prime it and paint it. And I guess that's it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.